Main thing that is different is that we don't have customers, clients, or users that other sectors have, but we have fans. And having fans is so much different. The fan is very, very demanding. That's something that really changes the way you approach marketing and digital marketing.
Marketing two different sports under one organizational brand. What have you noticed in the difference between basketball and soccer?
Baskonia and basketball fans are a little bit more younger than the football fans. With the football team, you need to be a little more traditional. So we need to be very careful with the segmentation. I mean, we still have like separate, ways of communicating between Baskonia and Deportivo-Alavés.
What would you think is your number one priority for the next 12 months?
Is to have everything centralized and the data perfectly synchronized between different systems. I really want to build a robust source of truth with all our customers because we have a lot of cross-selling.
Hey everybody, and thank you for listening. My name is Andres Figueira, and I'm going to be your host for the day. This show is brought to you by the Global Talent Company, helping fast-growing teams hire exceptional remote talent from Argentina, South Africa, and beyond. We connect companies with world-class professionals who bring skill, reliability, and global perspective to every role. So if your team's looking to grow with proven remote talent, head on over to theglobaltalent.co and just see how we can help. And with me here today, I am speaking with Daniel Perales, Head of Digital Marketing at Baskonia-Alavés Group, a company that develops and organizes sports events, corporate social responsibility programs, and educational initiatives. So, Daniel, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. How's it going?
Nice to meet you, Andres. Happy to be here and happy to answer all your questions. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. And Daniel, just so that we can start digging into the substance of what this episode is going to be about, would you be able to tell us a bit more about your background, where you come from, and what Baskonia-Alavés Group does, like in your own words?
Yeah, perfect. So I started, trying to learn more on the communication side. I made some work on the radio here in Spain. But then I moved to learning about marketing, and that was my first master's degree on marketing. And then I moved to e-commerce sector. That was pretty cool. But then I moved to Ticket Beach. That we sell like tickets from sports and also concerts and all around the globe. And more on the marketing side, I was focused on the digital marketing side. Then I moved to data, and I worked working 1 year just on data and then on product management. That is something that I also love. But I specialized on digital marketing from there. I work also on product school. That it was a startup in Silicon Valley in San Francisco. That even though I work remotely from Madrid, I went there for 4 or 5 times, and it's awesome. It's another world. It was great on the education sector, and we sold like courses on product management, for example. And then I moved to IE. There's a very big private university here in Madrid and in Spain, and we gather people from all countries. But my passion always was sports. I mean, I loved sports since I was a kid. I played basketball when I was 10 years old, something like that. And then I had the possibility to do an MBA with La Liga. That is the main soccer football league here in Spain, of course. And then I joined the Baskonia-Alavés Group. That what we have is like a conglomerate of sports things, and we have basketball. I was main a basketball team that is called Baskonia. That if you know about basketball, I mean, I'm sure that you will know because it was pretty big on the early 2000s. We went to some EuroLeague finals and everything. But then Baskonia was the first. There was the first team that at least I don't know if in the world, but pretty sure that in Europe that actually acquired a football team. So it was a basketball team acquiring a football team that in this case was Deportivo-Alavés. That's why the name is Baskonia-Alavés Group. So we have basketball, we have football, and then also we have other sectors. Like for example, we have back that is like like a gym, and we have paddle, and we have swimming pools. Almost like a sport complex that we have there in the north of Spain. Because everything is located in Vitoria-Gasteiz, that is in the Basque country, in Álava, and we have more things. We just launched an international academy. We launched a residence right now for students that come to the country and to learn Spanish or to learn things about, in the university that we have close to the stadium. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have in the group right now.
Okay, Danny, and tell me a little bit more then. So you are in charge of the digital marketing for the
Mhm.
Baskonia team. What is the number of the soccer team that you mentioned?
Deportivo-Alavés.
Deportivo
Alavés.
Alavés. So you are
Exactly.
also in charge of the digital marketing for those
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah. For actually, I manage all the digital marketing for the whole group, which is something that is pretty interesting because, we'll talk about later about that. But yeah, it's having like a conglomerate of different users and how to cross football with basketball and with the gym, and that's really cool. Really cool.
When I'm hearing you speak, then I feel like you have a lot of your plate. And what I would love to start speaking about, like beginning this conversation, is what does your team look like? Do you have help with all of this, or are you just like a one-man army?
No, yeah, we have a team. We have a big team in marketing, but in terms of digital marketing, we have someone like more on the email and the paid media content and all that. But also we have agencies. I work with agencies for I don't know, for the web development, for example, or for the SEO and our data. So I manage like different agencies and different in-house people. But yeah, that's pretty much what we have in our plate. That is a lot.
And Danny, is there a difference between marketing digital e-commerce like the regular one we're used to versus marketing professional sports teams that you've noticed that you'd be able
Yeah.
to highlight for us?
A lot, a lot. I mean, for me, as I told them, I come from a background on the education sector that I worked for 6-7 years, and then when I joined the sports sector industry, and it was really really different because for me the first thing that is different and the main thing that is different is that we don't have like customers like or clients or users that other sectors have, but we have fans, and having fans is so much different because in the end the fan wants to learn more about you and wants to hear about you and about the team, about the players and everything. And it's different from the on the other side, on the education sector, that you need to gather people that maybe they are interested, but they are not so, I don't know, they are not on the day-to-day basis talking about you, or, it's very different. And the fun is very, very demanding. And that's something that really changes the way you approach marketing and digital marketing, of course. And then there's another thing that's very important for me. That is, you depend a lot on the results of the teams,
Okay,
because
of course.
and that's something that you don't control, and that doesn't happen in other sectors. It's like if you lose on a Sunday match or you win, the things that you need to do on Monday are going to be completely different, because the tone is going to be different, the way you approach, the way you write your emails, or you create the campaigns, or it's really different, and you need to adapt to the scores and to the momentum of the teams. So for me, those are the two things that.
No, and I can understand then that you need to be ready for one of two scenarios, because it is true that winning or losing will affect the type of message that you emit. And I love how you pointed out the difference in between a normal and regular consumer versus what fans actually represent, because I feel that a lot of the work that needs to be put into the marketing for a regular company is that they got to gain the consumer's fidelity or the client's fidelity to have them come back. But fans already have that fidelity integrated in how they feel about the team. But it does turn into this kind of like toxic relationship where you already have their fidelity, but they want to be kept entertained and they want to feel that it's worth something. So that is a great obstacle to highlight. Oh my goodness, it must not be easy.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's super. I mean, they're super demanding. I mean, you need to be top notch. I mean, because if the club does something, or the marketing side, I mean, I don't know, you use something that is not very correct with the team, or they're very picky, with details. So you need to be very, very careful when you do things for a sports team. Yeah.
No, and yeah, and I would imagine as a fan that I'm a fan of other sports teams and stuff, but fans feel like they know everything because of all they've investigated and for how long they've been fans for. So you got to deal with that as well. And okay, Danny, and in terms of then marketing two different sports under one organizational brand, what have you
Mhm.
noticed in the difference between basketball and soccer?
Yeah.
Besides the obvious fact that they're completely different sports, but is there a
Mhm.
specific way of messaging or having to lead the fan base to make sure they stay with you guys?
Really good question. Yeah, because in our case, it's really, as I told you at the beginning, it's very different from other clubs that are more integrated because we were a basketball team that acquired a football team. And sometimes, I mean, it's not like the real thing, but sometimes there are people in the football team that they don't really support the basketball team. That can happen. I mean, it's and also the other way around. I mean, it can be someone that is like a season ticket holder for both clubs at the same time. So we need to be very careful with the segmentation. We don't send emails from a group perspective. I mean, we still have like separate, ways of communicating between Baskonia and Deportivo-Alavés because, for example, Baskonia and basketball fans are a little bit more. I mean, they're a bit younger than the football fans because we have like more modern and more international sometimes. So the basketball team, communication is a little bit more, I don't know how to say, but techie or more.
It's okay. It's more specific.
It's like more specific and more with technology and then just more updated.
Okay.
But with the football team, you need to be a little more traditional because there is still a lot of people that they're like, I don't know, maybe we have in the database people with 80, 70 years old, that they are 50 years old, season ticket holders. They saw the team when they were like in the fifth division in Spain. So it's different. It's different than from the basketball fans that are more younger. They are younger. So you need to communicate different to the both brands.
Danny, in terms of conversions and obtaining revenue, how is it that you guys are you're managing these two sports teams and you're creating events around them, and that is how you're getting the fans to come and to spend money and to generate revenue for the group? Or would you be able to elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah, I mean, we have. The source of revenue in the sports teams is kind of complicated. I mean, it's different also to other companies because, for example, in the football team, it's not only the tickets. I mean, tickets are very important. Tickets are important. I mean, people need to go to the different matches, but when you really do the money, it's with the season ticket holders. I mean, actually, when there is no matches, is when we are more. We work more on the marketing side because you need to try to convince the users that they need to buy their season ticket for the whole season. And then is when all our efforts are harder and you spend more money on campaigns and everything because you have like a very solid base of fans with the season ticket holders, and then you do also extra money with the tickets. But apart from that, it's super important also to all the merchandising stuff. The merchandising, we have our own Baskonia-Alavés store. That's a very important source of revenue for the group because actually, in the last 5-6 years, I mean, I know that the group, give a lot of importance to the merchandising because people want to have like new T-shirts every year, and they want to wear the retro T-shirt that the club had 25 years ago. Now the retro is super fashion. No,
vintage has come back, and
vintage
it will
has come a lot. In sports, I mean, you see like different clubs in Spain at least. I'm sure that, I don't know, 75% of them have now like retro T-shirts. So yeah, merchandising is also a key revenue source for us.
Okay. And in terms of then generating that revenue for seasonal ticket sales, for merchandising, what channel in your marketing is the one that's working best? Do you have a specific one that you say, hey, posting things here is going to lead to the most conversions? It's assured. Or is it just like a gamble and you're checking it out to see what works best?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. I mean, for me, it's a mix of everything. I don't believe like it's a one channel that, is going to drive tickets just by himself. I mean, we have a strategy of having everything like properly combined. No, it's like we have our search campaigns, we have our display campaigns, demand generation campaigns. On Meta also is working very good for us. Also TikTok in some places. I mean, TikTok also ads work very good for the younger generations.
You can't sleep on TikTok, and if Baskonia has a younger demographic, then you gotta be on there.
Yeah, especially for specific events, because last year, for example, we in Baskonia we talk about show and having like this Baskonia Land, that it was this attraction theme, no, that because it was more than basketball, no, that you have music, you have magicians coming to the Bues Arena, to the stadium, and that drove a lot of a lot of hype and people sharing things. Or okay, I'm going to go to the Bues Arena to see these artists because I don't care that much about basketball, but I want to go there because it's going to be a show and it's going to be these kind of things. So TikTok helped us a lot for those kind of audience, and then all the paid media, but also the social media is super important. Like the organic traffic that we have from there. I mean, we have a communication department that is great, and they are also trying to find new ways of engage with people. I mean, I don't know, from interviews with the players to different actions that we can do for, I don't know, to make like like raffles to try to meet with the new signing, for example, meet and greet with the people. So you need to do a lot of different stuff, and all of that combined, email, of course, the website. I mean, all that. Also the offline marketing. I mean, it's not on my plate because I'm the digital marketing one, but of the offline team. And they do a lot of things like activations on the city and, like the posters that you put on the streets.
Okay, I get
everything.
that.
Everything combined is what really drives things. So I don't see the isolated tactics like working properly. I think everything is combined.
Okay, that is so cool. And I just love getting a bit more specific. Do you have a recent campaign that drove strong results that you can let us know about, or just give us that as an example?
Yeah, I mean, I always when I speak about this, I always put this example because it was pretty cool last year. As I told you, we had the season ticket campaign. It was Baskonia Land, that it was it mixed basket with a theme park, something like that. And then we launched on Christmas. We wanted to start with the gamification project. No, it's like
gamifying
that's something.
is a whole thing. Yes,
for
I'm
me,
seeing that everywhere. It's like if you get this amount of points, then you'll be able to reach these rewards and you'll get a discount or whatever. Okay.
I love that. I mean, personally, like a customer, I love it, and I do all the gamification stuff that I can. I play games every day. But I wanted to put that on the sports side because it wasn't done before on the group before I joined, and I really pushed to that. And then we launched the first Christmas roulette, we called it. So we launched like a Christmas roulette, like all the people can you can spin the wheel three times per day. And then you can win. You have more. The more you spin, the more chances you have to win different prizes each week. No, so that was super successful. We multiplied by 10 the number of leads that we gather normally in a month. So it was crazy. I mean, people was talking about that on social media. Oh, I forgot to spin today. I had luck and I didn't have luck. And also that helped us to combine and with the sponsorship team. That is also very important. So because the prizes that we gave were from sponsors, so sponsors gain visibility, and they had a lot of visibility, and we won a lot of leads. That is what we wanted. Leads that are qualified and they were engaged with the brand for 1 month, and then we can sell them a ticket when the Christmas was gone. I mean, you didn't win with the lottery or with the roulette, but you are going to have a discount just for being a loyal player this month, something like that. So
I love that.
That campaign was great. Yeah, that was great.
Okay, no, that is an excellent example, and I do love the fact that you're trying to incorporate gamification into the whole process, because I'm a true believer that really works, especially because I fall for it every time. Be it whatever app, I like it. If you tell me I have to reach a certain threshold to be able to get further bonuses, I'm gonna try and do it because it's just like a game. I'm also always after work. I'm playing video games, and then I have some games on my cell phone, so I do understand the appeal, and I think it's very cool that you're trying to apply that, because it's something that's happening today, and it's a way to stay relevant with all the other types of marketing and different brands that might not be in the same industry.
Exactly. Yeah, and I believe that also gamification it really fits with the sports, because in the end it's a game also. So it's like, for me in my head it was like, this is going to work. I'm completely sure about this, and and it worked.
That's lovely.
It's
When you have an
it,
idea that you believe so much in and it
yeah,
actually pulls through, it's beautiful because all your instincts are validated and it's like I
yeah.
was right.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And from there, I mean, we started doing these games in a much more, I don't know, structured basis. No, I mean, for example, this season, we launched like the monthly game. So we created one game that actually we already have it designed by our team, and we are going to launch one game every single month. A different game. We have a puzzle, we have a memory, we have a catch the prize. We have a lot of different games that we use with the platform, and then we are going to launch every week, every month. So we are going to also use the score, the scoreboard. I don't know how to say it, like the scoreboard in the stadium to project like the QR codes, and then people in the stadium can just scan the QR code and they can play on the stadium just for
Wow,
them.
that is
So
so cool. Like at
yeah,
halftime, you'll show the QR so that people
exactly.
have something to do while they're waiting for their. Okay, that's an amazing idea.
Yeah,
Give them something to do with their dead time.
yeah.
Okay, okay. And Danny, in terms of AI, which is like the
Hmm.
trending topic of the moment,
Yeah.
how are you guys leveraging AI to help your day-to-day work, or maybe you found some novel way that you're using it that really helps out in the sports industry specifically, but just giving you an open space to let us know how you're working with that.
Yeah, for me, I mean, AI is like the trending topic, of course. I mean, I spoke about this a lot because I love the AI when it started like to be, I don't know, to boom, like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, something like that. I started working on that from my hobby, from like something for my hobbies, no? Because I like to, aside from digital marketing, I also love to create things like music or trying to create like new games or whatever, like in a creation mode. And I started using it for images and also for music and for this can be Journey or ChatGPT or whatever. So I started using it for my hobby, but I didn't see it for the company. But in the last 2 years, since that appeared, I mean, it really, I mean, explode. And now we are thinking about using AI for example, for doing this kind of AI agent that can help you, find the perfect gift in the merchandising store, something like that. And you can create a chatbot, and you can. So we are thinking about things. It's true that we don't have like I don't have like a specific example for you that we are using right now, but we are investigating that. But also, I want to say about the AI that this is my hot take, maybe unpopular opinion, that in the last months, I'm seeing that in last months, last year, that all the platforms have AI. I mean, everything is AI right now. Everything. Like you can see a platform about one thing and they have AI whatever. I mean, and it's a little bit tricky for me because it's like if everything is AI, nothing is AI. No, it's like I mean, you need to really investigate the tools because in the last months I saw dozens of tools, and not all of them are for your use case or not that good or maybe they are over promised because they have AI on their name. So I really try to investigate tools before we apply them to a specific business case.
No, I understand that completely. And when you started to tell me where your interest for AI came from, it really hits a note with me because I make music. I love games. I've used ChatGPT and OpenAI for Soda and to make like different album covers for my song. I have this whole cartoon character that I created that I use and I put it in different scenarios with ChatGPT and it's amazing. But I do feel that I agree with you in the fact that AI is it's it's like a word and a term that's being just placed everywhere just to make sure that you're keeping up with the trend, but you might not be using it at its full potential or in the proper way. And you're just making sure that you're checking AI off your list and saying, yeah, this company uses AI, and it's just a normal bot that responds to questions that might not even reply well. So I totally get that. And I understand why you must be a bit wary in making sure you use it in the correct way. Although having a bot that helps you out with choosing the perfect gift from the merchandise store, that's super cool. If it knows you like retro things, it could be like, hey, just sent you an email that says that this new shirt arrived, and it could be amazing and generate further conversions. Okay, now, but I get that you guys are investigating it, but nothing has been set in stone completely. So that's perfect. And Danny, in terms of digital marketing for Baskonia-Alavés Group, what would you think is your number one priority for the next 12 months? Like in 2026, what is going to be your main goal?
Yeah, for me, I would say that as I told at the beginning, we are a very big group and we are launching new features and new products, new brands last years with different targets. So what I really want to do this year, and is what we are working on, is to have everything correctly centralized, and the data is perfectly synchronized between the different systems. For me, that's super important because from what I saw in the past in previous companies also, is like sometimes there's this team that they have their own CRM, their own database, and they don't talk with the other department. They have their own database. I mean, I really want to build a robust source of truth with all our customers because we have a lot of cross-selling. It's like I told you, I mean, we have like someone that can buy a ticket for Baskonia, can buy a season ticket for Alavés, and then they go to the gym, but they stay on the residence, but then they are going to buy a t-shirt in the store that is in the city. So, but in the end, it's the same guy. And we need to really have that same guy with their interest to personalize. That is the second part of my goal. I mean, for me, the goal this year is to centralize everything, having everything, all the systems talk the same language, and then personalize having that. That for me is the most entertaining thing to be honest with you. I mean, when I need to create something in digital marketing, when I can think and have, having different messages for different people depending on their interests, and that works. I mean, that's for me is the the more rewarding feeling. It's like, okay, I did what
and I do understand that because it happens to me when I'm looking at a product in a page that I already visited, or if it's something that I usually go back to the algorithm that these pages have, or the AI that they use, or whatever methods they have. They truly do get to know you, and what they suggest, it's helpful. But I think that the main take there is that it makes you feel special. It's like, oh my goodness, these people are paying attention to me. They're looking at what I'm doing and they're aware. And it's like, if they are so attentive to me, then I could actually just purchase this and see what it goes to. So I understand that would be your goal for the next year if there hasn't been a norm of like a general source of truth where you can get that information. Because it is important. You could even then put that link that source of truth to an AI and have it recommend the products for the merchandising store.
For example, yeah. We step by step, we are working on the right direction. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But I love that you're taking your steps slowly but surely, instead of just going fast at it and putting whatever on the website or wherever you guys are doing that in order to just check it off the list, which I don't think is the best idea.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's what I say. I mean, as they are so picky and they're so demanding, I mean, you cannot do things like in that way. I mean, if you are going to launch something, it needs to be good, because if not, the team is going to be, what is my team doing with this?
And Danny, and in terms of digital marketing, are you guys also tackling platforms such as like Twitch or Kick to stream the games, or are you looking into streaming as well, or is that
That's a good point. I mean, that's more on the communication side. I mean, I know that they had the idea of doing that, but it's true that it needs a lot of resources, and you need a lot of strategy for having like a streaming, like it really add value. I mean, right now, I mean, we are not doing Twitch or Kick. I did it for myself, but not in my company, because I love streaming. You too, right? Yeah, and also I would like to have a podcast. I mean, I know that we started doing a podcast for the last season for some players to tell about their story and their backstory more than the typical. In the sports, one thing that happens is like the press conferences are very straightforward. No, the questions are more or less always the same. But what really fans wants to know is what's behind the player. No, I mean, what they grew, what their interest, the interesting things that they did, or this kind of content is what really works the best in Telforce Sports, and the communication team is doing a great job trying to do that content, and I think that maybe, I don't know, maybe Twitch or Kick or something like that. It could be the next
No,
channel for them.
I'm even imagining like you guys taking one of your athletes and putting them to stream and playing games, and even just like, because I'm from Argentina, so I've seen people like, I don't know, El Kun Agüero, who became a streamer, and it's huge, and it creates this whole trend and lore around him, and people go to his team. So I was just wondering if you guys were looking into that or not. But I love it. I love it. And Danny, I know we're almost at time, but I did want to give you the opportunity to let anybody in the audience who's listening to us know how they can investigate further about Baskonia team or the Deportivo-Alavés, how they can look into purchasing tickets, the merchandising store, and just give them the directions if they want to find out further.
Of course, I mean, for following the teams, I mean, you need to follow, for the basketball team, Baskonia, you need to check the EuroLeague. That is the most important league that we have for basketball in Europe. And also for the Alavés, you need to check the La Liga. And actually, we are 8th right now, since when we are recording this podcast. So that's great for us. I hope that we can keep that position or even improve it. And then for purchasing tickets, you just go to the website. You can go to baskonia.com or deportivoalaves.com, and you can buy tickets. So yeah, I really hope that you find the teams attractive and we can have new fans. That is what actually is my main goal, is that we have more fans, and the fans purchase whatever they want from the team. So yeah.
That's amazing, man. And I can assure you guys that at least one more fan you've gained today, and that would be me, because I'll go ahead and I'll follow you everywhere, so I can see what you guys are up to when you win. And I can also check out the gamification once it starts to be further implemented. I'll have a blast with that.
Great. But I'll see you on the database.
Oh my God, I'm gonna laugh so hard if that happens. But Danny, really wanted to say thank you for hopping on the episode. Really appreciate you taking the time to answer all of our questions. And yeah, just really appreciate you showing up, man.
Great. Thank you very much, Andres. It was a pleasure.
No problem at all. And to everybody who is listening to us, thank you so much for staying on the episode. I hope that you return to keep on learning from different personalities that we bring on, and to keep seeing all the different industries that we will be speaking to as well. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.